All right, everyone, I'm getting ready to do the mudding work around the window, that this first bedroom window that Don has redone. He had to actually take it all the way out, re-square everything, get the lintel lifted and level. Everything is level now. Everything, vertically, horizontally, all that stuff is level. But in order to get it back in, we did have to cut some of the bags, which is not an uncommon thing to see if somebody is either adding a doorway or a window in a place that didn't have one before. You can always cut through the bags. So I'm going to repair these bag areas first, get a lot of cob stuffed underneath this area here, and then work my way up. You can see at that lintel, there's a big gap, so I'll have to cram a whole bunch of cob into there. I'll work my way up to the top on this window area, and about midway, he still has to work on this window before I can get this entire south bedroom wall done. So that's where we're at today. I'll set the camera up so you can watch and see how it goes. So these corner braces are at all four corners just to help hold it securely until we get the roof on. I think once we have the roof on, we may take this off. Don was kind of like, well, let's take them off when we get ready to put the windows in, which will be one of the last things we do before we do the final plastering. Okay, don't want to get big rocks in there. All right, we're going to move on up here in a minute. And this is how we get the cob onto the scaffold. It's way too heavy to move by hand, so we do it by the tractor. Keep coming. Okay. Or down, or whatever you're going to do. Go over there and whoop. Oh wow, let's take a look at the gap from up here. You can see all the way through it, see? All the way through that gap. I gotta fill that up. You loosened up my work from before. Wait a minute, I'll just put some on that too. So considering that he manipulated this wall and things shifted, this mud that I put up that I probably should have waited on got messed up. So taking down that sluice like I did before. Right, now I got a little bit more to do. So I'm going to mist all that. Nice mist. We'll grab better on wet. Or moist, I should say. So I'm not drowning it. I'm going to start with that big gap first, and then I'll work my way around to the bags. I'm just shoving it in there. Now, on this top of this bag, there might be some barbed wire I have to watch out for, so I don't want to pull my hand out sliced, get it stuck on anything. So I'm not going very deep with my hand right here. Honestly, I don't remember how far the barbed wire went. I took this under the montails all of it. I'd have to review an old video, wouldn't I? Or get my finger stuck. Alright, so I'm going to keep going until either I feel like I can't go any further, or until I hear it plopping out the other side, in this case. And the mix is just a little wetter than I wanted it to be. I'm going to deal with it. So I just want to let you know that as far as the mudding goes, the scratch coat goes on the outside, before we move on to repairing that north wall, all that scratch coat is done. I'm so happy. All the windows are done. We'll take a quick tour around the whole property, you can see, and then we are going to get started either on the roof over the bedroom. I haven't gotten Dawn's point of view yet on that, or the north wall, or both. He may work on that roof over the bedroom while I work on that north wall. So that's where we're at. So let me take you around and show you what we've done. All right, you can see this is the part that we did first. It's the first thing people see when they come up, so we kind of wanted to get done first. And of course, this is part of that north wall that collapsed, this area here, that will get replaced with cob, maybe a few little bottles in this corner. So that's going to come up across and meet up with about this buttress right here. So those were the first two that Dawn fixed. These flies are going to drive me crazy. And they did really well. They've stayed true. So let's go around. You can see all the cob. Now this is a scratch coat. That's why it looks so rough. And that's why it's, you can see different shades, different colors. There's a little spot up there that looks like it maybe ran a little bit, so that'll get repaired when we do the final coat. Again, this is the scratch coat, and it's okay for it to be splotchy and rough looking. So here's the living room slider. So that was the first door. That was a challenge. This is the bedroom slider. That one went much better than what we thought it was going to go. Everything has stayed very level. We are keeping those 4x4s in the center until we get the doors in, just as an extra measure of comfort, I guess, if you will. You know, making sure that we feel that it's confidence, I guess, that it's going to hold until we get the doors in. We do have the doors and the windows already purchased, so they're going to go in after the roof goes on. Around here to the south, bedroom windows. And again, like I told you earlier, this is the one Dawn had to take out completely, except for I think the top part of the frame, and re-squared everything. It was the worst of the bedroom windows. We have 3 bedroom windows, not counting that slider. So that took a little bit to get done, and we let that one rest for a while to make sure that everything was cured before we removed the braces. And then we did this one. This one wasn't as challenging. We did have to take out, I think, 1 or 2 of the sides and re-square it up. And Dawn, as you can see on these, felt more confident putting some angle braces in to help hold that until we get the windows in. Around to the west side. The west side window for the bedroom. That went really well. This one we thought was a lot worse than some of the others, but it really didn't take that long to get squared up. And you can see we didn't feel the need to put any angles, braces on there. So that one went a lot smoother than what we thought. And last but not least, you're going to have to see all these scaffolds because I haven't moved them. This is the bottle window frame for the bathroom, and Dawn, even though it wasn't necessary, still wanted it squared up. So I had some cob left over from when I finished up all this cob up here. So I went ahead and put chicken wire around this frame because this frame is going to be completely hidden. Actually, they'll all be hidden, but this one's going to be hidden completely with the bottles and the framework for the bottles. So I used that little bit of cob left over to put down on the bottom parts of the chicken wire and help hold that in place so it's not poking out as we're building that window. I'm not sure when that window will get built. We'll have to see. Dawn isn't sure when he wants to put it together. It might be something he can do when he starts to feel better, if he wants to do that before we move on to anything else. And of course, the famous north wall is done. It's been done for a little bit. So next up, the roof over the bedroom, and then rebuilding this whole wall. What I've decided that I'm going to do, because I've not built with cob other than putting cob on the outside, we've got this little mountain here in the middle that the steps fortunately held on to. So I'm going to start the cobbing in here, in this area, get it all leveled up with this top bag here, and then I'll go to this other side over here and get it to the same level, and then I'll just go around and continue. So that's where we're at. Thanks for joining us. Oh, you want to see the peepers are no longer peepers. They're almost full-grown chickens. They don't peep. They make adult chicken sounds, but they're still not laying eggs yet. They're still babies. A couple more months and they'll probably be laying eggs. So there's 2 of them. I like to let them wander around a bit. Alrighty, so that's where we're at this week. We'll be proceeding with more work in the coming days, and we'll show you how that thing goes. So we're going to show you how we are planning to do the cob addition onto those bags, because it's might be a little bit challenging, but I think we've got some pretty clever ideas. I hope. Hopefully it works. So stay tuned and see how we go about that. Again, thank you so much for showing up and watching and sharing our build with us. We do appreciate that. And remember to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Any comments you have, please leave down below in the comment section, and we'll be sure to take a look at those and let you know how things are going. Questions, comments, concerns, just let us know. Again, thank you so much. Bye.